So, we're going to talk about a lake today, but it's not really just about the lake. It's about what happens when looking like you're saving the environment becomes the whole point, instead of, actually saving it. We're going to break down how one big, celebrated project can actually hide a much bigger and, frankly, more disturbing reality. Just let that sink in for a second. The government celebrates one lake, while 40% of villages lose water security. So how does that work? How can you have this big celebration over here while there's a huge crisis happening right next door? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into. Okay, so before we get into the weeds and the criticism, let's just start with the official story. Because, on the surface, this whole thing looks like a huge win for the environment. All right, so here are the details, the official specs. It was inaugurated in late 2025. They call it the Soil Lake. It's about half a hectare, holds 10,000 cubic meters of water, and the whole point is to recharge the groundwater. The big goal? They're hoping it becomes this model for ecotourism, creating jobs and all that. And there you go. It's a real, tangible thing. You can see it, you can take a picture of it, you can hold a big ceremony with a ribbon. It's a really powerful symbol that says, hey, we're taking action on water security. But is that the whole story? Okay, this is the part where we really need to zoom out. We have to take that one single project and put it in context with the entire region of Meghalaya, because this is all about scale. And that brings us right to the heart of it, doesn't it? Is this lake a real solution, something that can actually be copied to solve the problem? Or is it something else? Is it a really well-made distraction from a much, much bigger systemic failure? Wow. I mean, just look at this comparison. It's staggering. On one side, you have that one single, highly publicized lake, and on the other side, 70,000 natural springs. That's what the rural communities in Meghalaya actually depend on for their water. One is a shiny new project, the other is the literal lifeblood of the countryside. And here's the thing, those springs are in a big trouble. We're talking about a huge problem here. I mean, look at this. This is from the government's own data. 40% of villages, that's 28,000 different communities, are already saying they don't have enough water. They're feeling the stress right now. This isn't some problem for the future. It's a crisis happening as we speak. So here you have it, the two realities, side by side. You've got the photo op, a shiny new project in town that's just perfect for the media and for officials to stand in front of. And then you have the quiet reality. 70,000 natural springs, the real water source for most people, are just silently drying up with zero press conferences. Okay, let's just do the math here, because it's pretty stark. The state's 70,000 springs, they supply over 350 million liters of water a day. This one lake, it helps maybe 2 or 3 villages. So when you crunch the numbers, this whole big project helps, wait for it, 0.004% of the population that relies on these springs. It is quite literally a drop in a very, very big bucket. So you gotta ask, right? If the actual impact is that minuscule, what's the point? What is this project really for? Well, this brings us to the key idea of this whole explainer. There's actually a name for this kind of thing. And that name is conservation theater. It's a brilliant term. Basically, it's when you celebrate these small, really visible projects to make yourself look good, to create a positive image. But the real goal isn't to fix the environment at scale. The real goal is to distract everyone, to pull attention away from a much larger systemic collapse that's way harder to fix and, frankly, doesn't look as good on TV. It's all about optics, not impact. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. There are clear signs of conservation theater. It's all about these monuments that you can inaugurate, you can cut a ribbon in front of. The actions are always small, they're photogenic, but they're completely disconnected from the root cause of the problem. Like why are those 70,000 springs drying up in the first place? So the main thing it produces isn't actual progress, it's just the illusion of progress. Now, this is where it gets really important for all of us. Because once you get this concept of conservation theater, your whole perspective shifts. You're not just passively watching the news anymore. You become an active verifier. It gives you the tools to start asking much better, much sharper questions. So what can you do? Think of this as your citizen verification toolkit. Step 1, just ask around locally. Talk to the older folks in your own community. How are the local springs? Is the water flow what it used to be? Step 2, verify the claims yourself. If there's one of these big showcase projects near you, go take a look. Is it actually working or is it just for show?
And finally, step 3, challenge the officials. Demand a real plan, a white paper, something that actually matches the scale of the problem, the 70,000 springs, not just one fancy lake.
And so, that leaves us with this one final, really critical question that we all need to be asking. What is the real plan to save all 70,000 springs? Is there one? Or is the only plan to just build more of these showcase lakes? Are we going to get real conservation or just more theater? A few beautiful, isolated lakes in a landscape that's slowly dying of thirst.